Okay, so we're gonna start making our house seasoning with just a pint canning jar, and that's just what I use. And then they sell these little flip top lids that screw on, and that's what I use for our house seasoning. You can use any container you want. There's a red lidded container back in the back that I put my garlic, granulated garlic in, and you could use a container like that. So we're gonna use paprika, parsley flakes, salt, and this specifically is iodized salt because I can, and so I use canning salt too. Black pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. And then I'm going to use a 1/4 cup measuring cup. And then I forgot to talk about it before, but this is this little red thing is just a funnel that we use that came with a spice rack package that we bought. So I'm going to start with the onion powder and just put in a 1/4 cup of onion powder. And this is that funnel. It's a collapsible funnel, and it's silicone, and it's super easy to use. And we just put that into our jar, and then we use that to make sure that all the ingredients get in. There's going to be a little bit of spillage, but it'll be just fine. So in goes our onion powder. And then next is the black pepper. Again, the order doesn't matter, but it sure looks pretty at the end. And so it's just kind of, a fun thing to do while you're making your seasoning. Now, you don't have to use these ratios. You could use, 1/8 of a cup or a 1/2 cup if you had a bigger container, if you wanted to use a quart jar. But I just do it by the pint jar. So it's a 1/4 cup of black pepper. And you could cut down the black pepper if you don't want as much. And you could do about 1/8 of a cup. I know a lot of recipes usually call for half as much black pepper as it is salt. I'm going to go ahead and add a 1/4 cup of salt. If you hear that little squeaking, that's just our puppy in the background playing with her toy. I got a little too much here, and so I'll just put some back into the jar. And I buy my salt in bulk and pepper too, and so that's why I put them into quart mason jars. And we'll just add the salt. And then next will be the garlic. Actually, let's use the parsley. Now, you don't have to add parsley flakes, and this can just be an inspiration for you. If you have your favorite seasonings, then absolutely just combine them and, start out with maybe a 1/4 or 1/8 of a cup of what you prefer, and then kick it up as you go. We happen to like all of these, and this is just kind of a method that we've used. We usually use the parsley just kind of in place of a fresh herb, and it just kind of gives a nice extra color and variety. And sometimes you have to take that little funnel out and shake it down. And then we'll do a 1/4 cup of garlic powder. Now, we use this on all different meats and seasoning, and kind of incorporating into most dishes we make. I found myself kind of putting salt, pepper, paprika, garlic, onion in most things, and then we just kind of added parsley flakes. Mom typically likes to make things look a little prettier and a little bit more presentable, and so that's why we include the parsley flakes. And so now we've got paprika going. It's a 1/4 cup of paprika. And once the jar gets a little bit full, sometimes you have to lift up that funnel. And you can use any funnel. You could use, parchment paper or wax paper or even a regular piece of paper. And then fold it to make a cone yourself. You absolutely don't have to have a funnel. And see how pretty it looks? And so we've got everything layered in here. We've got our onion and our black pepper, our salt, parsley, garlic powder, and paprika. Now I like to leave enough room at the top so then we're able to shake it up easily. And then just make sure if you use this type of a lid, make sure that little green lid is open or is shut real tight. And then you just shake it up and shake it around until everything's well blended. And there you've got it. And that is our house seasoning. And so I do shake it up each time I use it just to make sure everything's well balanced. And we hope you try this or it inspires you.